Hello builders, and welcome back to the World Zoo project, a giant zoo where we are trying to fit a habitat in for every animal in the game. And in today's video I have for you the Pallas cats, those sweet little fluffy guys who love to sit on their tails. One of the most irresistible things to pet in the world, but one thing you probably shouldn't because I imagine it would just destroy your hand. But whether you can pet them or not doesn't matter because you will be seeing them up close and personal in our new build today. And these sweet little fluffy cats will be one of 3 animals going around our shopping area that we have dubbed Bamboo Boutique. The other 2 will be the Binturong and the red pandas, which of course will be coming in their own videos shortly to the channel. And now you're probably thinking, hey Stone, what's going on here? Why are you only showing the end of this build for the shop and not just the beginning of it? Well, long story short, it's a short story, I lost the footage. Unfortunately, I may have goofed it a little bit, and I may or may not have deleted the footage for the shop without realizing it. Or maybe never recorded in the first place. One of those 2 likely scenarios happened. Which one it is, even I don't know. All I know is the footage is gone and I can't find it. But at least I had a little bit of the end of the footage for the shop, so at least you can see a little bit of how I built it. But the general idea I have for this build is to create a center shop in the middle, and then have 2 floors all around the shop that will be able to look into the different habitats for the 3 animals. That again being the Binturong, the red pandas, and of course our Pallas cats today. But that's not all. Besides the shop and the 3 animals, we will be building today a cafe. More of a Asian themed restaurant / cat cafe right beside the sweet little Pallas cats. So as you see, we are laying the groundwork for the restaurant as well as the viewing area for the cats. We are of course getting all those glass walls in and the walkways for the guests and the staff to go through. Of course, I'm going to be cutting out, as always, all the pathwork. Pathwork in this game is excruciatingly painful, and I put far more time into creating the path for this shopping area than I would care to admit. Getting the 2 layers of path to line up properly and to play nice with the exhibits was just too much of a problem. And I'd rather not relive that horrible memory by editing the video and throwing it in here. And you don't need to see that either. So of course, I've saved you the trouble of watching me lose my sanity. Although, who knows, maybe you want to see me lose my sanity, so let me know next time if you want me to leave the pathing in, and I will do so. Now, talking about the build again, as you can see, we are leaving cute little footprints all throughout the shopping area. We will be doing the little paw prints for every animal going in the shopping area, and they will each be colored differently, leading guests to the different habitats. In this case, we went with the yellow for them because, well, their natural gray color was not quite working for that footprint color. It just wasn't popping. So we decided to make it yellow. And now we come to working on their sleeping area. This is going to be a little mini cave which stretches up 2 stories with lots of climbing frames for the cats to enjoy themselves on. And guests will be able to look at them from both heights. Now let me tell you, one easy building technique to do to make these builds a lot faster and a lot more detailed is just build one wall segment, put all the details in it, and then copy that wall segment over and over again, and then if you need to, you can change things up from there. But getting that one basic wall in will just save you so much time in doing these builds. And what do cats love to climb? Trees. So we are putting a big old tree right in the middle of their sleeping area with a few ram branches. After that, we will just connect it all together with some climbing frames and platforms. And going for that cave look, I'll add just a couple extra rocks right on there just to, again, make it look like a cave. Because I love going for that more natural look whenever we get the chance in this zoo. And it may look a little weird from the outside right now, but don't worry, it's all part of the process. I do a little bit of work off camera and clean all that up and do the detailing later. And while building this, someone in my Twitch chat had the wonderful idea of adding in this 3D printed ground as it makes it look like sand. And what do cats love doing with sand? They love pooping in it, so we make it into one giant litter box for them. I would hate to be the keeper who has to deal with that. That is a lot of key litter to sift through. And now we come to working on the restaurant part of it. This is going to be a little bit of an Asian themed restaurant mixed with a cat cafe. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Stone, that sounds like an amazing idea, and you would be right. Who doesn't love a good cat cafe? But the problem is these cats can't really be in there mixing with the guests, as that might be a health and safety concern, being that these are vicious little guys. Even though they are cute and cuddly looking, they do not want to always cuddle. So I end up creating a solution where we create little inset glass boxes for the cats to come into, and then the guests will be able to hang out with the cats a little bit without actually physically touching them. But at least then they can get nice, close and personal with our little kitty boys. And for inspiration to do these decorations, I basically just went through the prop section in the menu, typed in Asia, and just kind of picked things at random and decided to see what worked best. Overall, I am not disappointed with the results. They turned out pretty nice. And another little building tip I have for you: if you want to put easy lights in on a ceiling piece, just do this. Put one little light in the middle of one block and then just copy that block over and over again, and bam. Quick and easy lights, and they are all uniform in spacing. Now, do you remember how I mentioned earlier that I want to have little glass boxes for the cats to hang out in? Well, it's time to build that. So we're going to build these with a little bit of indent so the cats can come into the restaurant a little bit. And maybe they just want to come sit down, because I would imagine we would have actually little heaters under there, and what cat doesn't love getting a little warm? Maybe we put a few holes in the glass and let that smell of cooked food linger there. Anything we can do to attract the little kitties into those spots. After all, it is a Pallas Cat Cafe now. And taking a quick minor break from the restaurant, I start working on the actual habitat now. I know, halfway through the video, and finally we get the habitat work going. We start off, as always, by building some rocks. Quick and easy little rock wall, and we copy and paste it all around the habitat, and then from there we come inwards and start decorating the rest of it. Figuring that this habitat was a little boring being flat in the middle, I decided to add in a little bit extra in the middle, with some rockwork and some climbing frames, allowing the cats to get up to the second viewing area that we will be building later. While building this rock feature in the corner, I decided to add a little bit more glasswork and personality to this habitat by adding in a small sleeping area, allowing cats to come right through the restaurant with their own personal tunnel and sleeping cave. Overall, this is probably one of my favorite features for this habitat, if not my favorite feature for the habitat. I love it when I'm giving tours over on my Twitch channel to people, and we just come and fly through here, and the cats are perfectly situated where they are just walking through here or just sleeping in this cave. It's so rewarding to see that the animals are actually using the space I've created for them. Now it's time to just sit back and enjoy a little bit of rock work with some beautiful Planet Zoo music. Ah, there. Did you enjoy some Rockwork? I know I do. I always love just going in Planet Zoo and just zenning out while doing rocks. I can spend the vast majority of my streams just placing rocks, and it just makes me happy. Nothing quite like it after a long day's work. I don't know why. I just like rocks. Maybe that's why I called myself stoned. And speaking of rocks I absolutely love these moss rocks. I love them so much that the vast majority of the Asian section of the zoo is just covered in them all over the pathing. It just adds a nice touch of color of green and that little bit of pink flower. Just really brings everything to life. Quite literally in this case, being that moss is, well, alive. And now we'll go through the habitat and add in a couple climbing frames for the cats, especially around these windows, because the cats need to get up there somehow, so might as well get that all done now. And when we're complete with that, we will go through and start adding in all those lovely plants. One thing I absolutely love doing in my builds is creating these huge mountain edges to each section of the zoo and then filling it with trees, just to make guests feel like there is far more space behind the habitats than there really is. Plus, it gives me a way to really separate each section of the zoo and make them feel a bit more unique than the last. Well, builders, it's getting near the end of the video, so it's time to do that outro. But don't worry, we will be finishing off the rest of the shopping area in the next two videos coming on the channel. The next one will be the Binturong, and then after that will be the red pandas. I know how much everyone loves red pandas, so I have to save the best for last. Yes, I'm sorry kitty, you are not the best. Everyone loves red pandas slightly more than you, but you are also adorable. You know what? It's a bit of a toss-up, actually. I love red pandas, and I love the Pallas cats, and I love the Binturong. They are all so cute. On that note, most of the animals in the zoo are pretty cute. Everything except for the arachnids. Ugh, I don't want to go back to my insect cave. I do not want to see those little guys crawl around. Ugh, I don't know if I'll sleep tonight even thinking about them. Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, I'm rambling, as I tend to do a lot. So let's get on with the outro. So, if you enjoyed this build, there's a little link down below in the description to follow me over on Twitch. If you give me a follow, I'll put your name in the zoo, and when I upload this giant zoo to the workshop, you can download it and try and find yourself. Other than that, if you want to just come say hi and ask for a zoo tour, I will be happy to oblige. Or if you have your own zoos or play any other building games, join the Discord down below as well. We always love to see other people's creations on the Discord. Alright, let's look over the checklist. Yep, alright, I did Twitch. Yep, I did Discord. Yep, okay. Oh wait, and I gotta do YouTube. Yes. So why don't you look down below and give me a little like and subscribe and do all those YouTuber things. Alright, looks like we are complete for the outro. So all that's left is to do a cinematic road tour. Well, builders, I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. Goodbye.